Waka waka, eh, it's over Africa.
We need to learn the lyrics one day.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back, baby.
Good morning, good evening, good night. Oh, I spoke to someone the other day who's a night shift worker that listens to the podcast.
I spoke to someone who is in South Africa.
Oh, yay.
And she said again, she was like, the accents do mean a lot.
Oh, cute. Whereabouts in South Africa is she? Because that's where we're honeymooning.
I don't know. I'll find out. I'll drop her a DM.
Hook us up.
Anyway.
What are we doing today?
Today, I mean, if you didn't guess by our singing.
Yes,
it's
true.
All about the entertainment today.
The good, the bad and the ugly.
We're not singers. Don't book us. We're all good. But yeah, let's just get into it.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and welcome
The Unfiltered Bride podcast. Tips from the top table and beyond.
so you know it's going to be juicy.
This podcast has been sponsored by the wonderful Crafty Lab. Unless you've been living under a rock, you'll know that I got married last year, and these guys created one of my favourite elements of the wedding.
Oh, I love them. These were your newspapers, weren't they?
Yes. So we used them as a little guide to the day for guests. So we included order of the day, crossword, bridal party names, our love story, QR codes for image sharing, Spotify playlist link, and believe it or not, more things. It was so personal, and you know that I love a bit of personality in a wedding.
They're professionally designed for each couple, so it's not just a template that someone else will have. Each couple gets a truly unique newspaper. They don't print until you're 100% happy to, so even for you type A brides, you'll love them.
They have amazing customer service. They really cared and went above and beyond to make sure that we were happy, which we were. A small business with a big heart.
You can have them anywhere and everywhere, and you even had them in the taxis on the way to the ceremony and dotted around the venue. But I've also seen them on ceremony chairs, wedding breakfast tables, and in accommodation. And at 89p a copy, why wouldn't you?
So head to thecraftylab.co.uk to secure your spot in their order book. But be quick, there are limited slots for each month, and once they're gone, they're gone.
So get them booked. You definitely don't want to miss out. If you're wanting to find out more, we've popped their details in the description below.
So, entertainment.
So what is classed as entertainment?
I don't know.
You're the one with all the answers.
Okay, I'll answer better. Entertainment is, I would actually say anything that is entertaining for the guests during a period of time. So this episode, I don't want to talk about evening entertainment because I feel like that's a whole episode on its own. So we're on about entertainment right up until evening, right up until first dance. Let's talk entertainment. So what we got? Name some ideas. What have you seen?
There's so much, but before I go and tell you what I've seen, okay. I want to pick your brains and going, how essential is entertainment?
Okay,
how much do you budget on entertainment? Do you need entertainment?
Yeah.
What's too much entertainment?
True, because there is too much entertainment. Some people have too much happening and it's overstimulating. You don't need loads.
We don't need a fun fair.
I do quite like a fun fair though.
Like, you don't want it to be, you know, when there's like
it needs
hook a duck, fling the heaps over that, egg and spoon race.
Unless you're doing like a festival themed wedding, in which case it would work. So the point of entertainment is it's meant to add and work alongside a wedding. It is not a party. A wedding has things that actually need to be done, and therefore the entertainment needs to work around it. Going back to what you said then, how much entertainment do you need? I personally think the most important time to have entertainment is during that drinks reception.
Okay, right. Let me.
You go back again.
Okay, I'm going to run through the day, and you tell me at what points you think entertainment is crucial.
Okay.
Or
I'll give you an out of 10 level of needed.
Maybe like, oh, that would be nice, but not essential.
Okay.
Okay, so pre-ceremony.
Like a 3. It's groomsmen and like groom's job to greet people, say hi. That's the first chance. Everybody sees each other. You don't really need stuff going on pre-ceremony.
So pre-ceremony, you said 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10, not needed.
What type of pre-ceremony entertainment can you have?
So this is where I'm going to go on to it when you then inevitably say ceremony next. So if you've got live music during the ceremony, it's nice for them to start before the ceremony, a little bit before the ceremony, but not too far. So if you've got... So for our wedding, we had a piano and cello. It started about half an hour before the ceremony so that it kind of eased people in, like smooth. So the only thing I could say that you'd need pre-ceremony is music, live music.
Nice.
I can't think of anything else that you'd have during that time, to be honest.
Good. Post-ceremony?
Hold on, is there anything else during the ceremony? I don't think you need anything else during a ceremony. I think you need a bloody good celebrant, or a bloody good vicar, or a good registrar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that's entertainment enough.
During the ceremony, the only things I've seen is like, like the ring warming that you mentioned in a few episodes ago.
Yeah.
Warm at the ring.
Don't you think it's weird that if you blow, it's cold air, and if you go, it's hot air? Feel it?
Wait, blow?
Blow, it's cold. It's hot. How weird. Everybody at home is now testing that.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
All right, scientist Georgie.
That's me.
I sound so stupid sometimes when I speak, but I am actually really smart.
The fact that you're saying that makes you not smart anymore.
Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Okay.
So we've done ceremony, live
So I
music,
feel like ceremony
great.
is its whole kind of entertainment celebration in itself. That kind of all gets encapsulated in that bit.
Mm-hmm.
Live music in a ceremony hits very
Different.
hard. Yeah.
Oh, it gives you the feels.
Yeah. Oh, song walking
I
down the
cry
aisle.
all the time in ceremonies. I'm
Yeah,
like,
me too.
This is so beautiful.
And I have to stand there and cue the bridesmaids and everybody down the aisle, and the song will start, and I'll be like, okay,
are you okay? I'm okay. Yeah,
Flowers low,
We're all
smile, walk slowly.
It's magical though, and live music is just something completely different, isn't it?
If you've got the budget for live music, please, please, please do it. Like, definitely. So you then, what have we got after? Drinks reception.
Drinks reception.
10. This is the time as a couple, if you want to enjoy the drinks reception, have entertainment.
How long is the normal drinks reception?
So it depends. If I speak to a couple that have got entertainment, I'll make it 2 hours. If I speak to a couple that don't have entertainment but have canapes, I'll make it an hour and a half. And if you don't have canapes and you don't have entertainment, I'd probably make it an hour.
Okay, quick fire.
Go.
What is the best drinks reception entertainment you have ever seen? All right, finishing my sentences. Wasn't obvious, was it? What I was going to say.
I like magic.
Magic.
Are you right today? You've had a chocolate drink.
Oh, yeah, I've had a chocolate Costa. A Belgian chocolate shake thing. It actually wasn't that great, but
It's gone to your head.
Gallet was expensive, so
Gal's got to drink it.
Gal's got to drink it. Don't tell Jack I'm on an actual saving hack and
Oh.
I've just spent bloody £4 on that.
You shouldn't
thing.
have done that. Anyway, Beth,
Magic.
I love
Just like
magic.
magic, babe.
What else have I seen at drinks receptions? Let me list off some things I've seen, and then you tell me something you've seen.
Ooh, good
so
game.
I've seen magic,
Nice.
live artists,
Love.
them.
Oh, but I like them at a different point in the day, so I do want to touch on that
Okay.
later.
I like them when they're drawing the guests. So they'll walk around and take photos of guests, and then they go and draw it during the wedding breakfast. So that works nicely.
Do they get to keep them?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice favour, isn't
Yes,
it?
I had that done at a wedding
I
as
saw.
a supplier, and it was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked that. What else have I seen?
Sax.
Pardon?
Saxophonist.
Saxophonist. Yeah, live music. Live music to me is definite. That's not a saxophone, but
I love a sax. Like, that hits different. That sounds like a trumpet.
oh yeah, okay. That's the brass.
That was a really good
Thank
trumpet
you.
impression there.
I've seen a brass band as well. I did
yeah.
a really nice where they had guards of honor, and it was very English, bougie, cool brass band, like sick. I also love a roaming band because it can then walk your guests from the church over to the wedding drinks reception area, which is very cool. I liked that a lot.
Drinks again.
What else have I seen? What else is there? Oh no, that's a later one. I'm not going to tell you about that one yet. I'll tell you that one.
I'm excited.
Oh, there's I like it. There's singers that have like a jukebox thing. So
that's
guests
cool.
pick out the next
Interactive.
song. Yeah.
I think being interactive with your entertainment is really important as well. 'Cause
Yes.
live music's great, but like the reason why I love a sax is because they like come into the
Yeah,
crowd and they're like start dancing with you. I need to improve on my sax thing.
They do. You want something. Basically, you want to entertain your guests so much that they don't notice that you've gone off for photos.
Mm-hmm.
That's the aim. You want to be able to enjoy the photos and have your couple's photo shoot without being like, oh my God, has everyone just stood waiting for us? Because that's not fun. Nobody wants that.
Okay, so we've mentioned a few things, but what I feel like they do cost.
They do cost.
how much, like, is there cheaper options, cheaper entertainment?
There's cheaper options of everything. Like, there's, even if you just said a sax player, you could find one that's a local kid for 50 quid right up to some of the, the big
all
Ibiza
singing,
ones.
all dancing.
Yeah. So it's the difficulty with budget is like, it's how long's a piece of string. You can get anything. It just depends on how important that bit is for you. Obviously, the more expensive the people are, not necessarily the better, but the more experience they'll probably have in weddings, the more experience they'll probably have in entertaining the guests and stuff like that. So
cheap is not always best.
Well, yeah.
Never
best.
Never. Well, not.
No, I think you
like
can
a bit
find
of Primani with the flip flops.
100%. But we know they're not going to last for 4 years.
Yeah.
So I think the same is with entertainment. They're not going to have as much experience normally as, I wouldn't say they're not as good because they could be, but.
So the drinks reception time is actually quite an expensive part of the day. Canapes, drinks, entertainment. So
but that's your first impression, really.
Yeah.
Because the ceremony is a ceremony.
Yeah.
The drinks reception is then like, bam.
Mm-hmm.
But there are free ways of doing things. So free, not three. That was my Gloucester. There are inexpensive ways of entertainment. So I actually spoke to a couple this morning and they were talking about like the drinks and stuff like that. And you don't like it. I don't think I can't remember, but you don't like it. But things like,
if you say pimp my prosecco, I swear to God, I'm going to kill you.
I'm going to say pimp my prosecco, but it doesn't have to be pimp my prosecco. It could be cocktails. It could be
pimp my prosecco is done.
No, it's not. I wholeheartedly disagree.
Don't spit in the mic.
Not if it's bougie.
No,
not if it's like.
I think a fun, interactive, cocky tail.
You realise that pimp your prosecco is making cocktails, don't you?
Yeah, but pimp my prosecco is just like
no, because you're picturing
done.
it old
like
school.
I'm picturing pink glitter.
No, why are you picturing that? I didn't say that, did I?
But like.
No, I'm picturing
a gin tree,
Chambord. I'm picturing Saint-Germain. I'm picturing like a really hot bartender stood there, French, being like,
Brian,
would you like to be a French accent?
Are you available?
Would you like me to stick? Oh my God, have you seen
Brian's
the guy?
available for Pimp Your
Brian
Prosecco
is available
stations.
for Pimp and Prosecco.
He's our pimp.
Have you seen the guy on TikTok? This is for anybody who wants to look at hot men, and obviously I don't watch it because I'm married. But there's this guy on TikTok who makes like food.
What's his name?
And I don't know. I can find it though. And he does it like ridiculously sexy. So he'll like go
hot man.
No, I'll find it.
Hot man making.
But it's hilarious.
Food.
It is Cedric Lorenzen.
I'm not very.
But hold on, I'm going to put it on so you can hear the sounds. Oh, you can't hear sounds actually. But he's like dipping his finger in chocolate mousse, but like very sexy.
Hello, Cedric.
So like, I'd want him to stick a raspberry in my champagne.
He just. Hey, oh my goodness!
He just like
that finger movement and dipping in chocolate and licking it in. No. Oh my god! He just like popped like.
But like, I know I've watched it a few times. But there's one where he like flicks on the rice cooker, but with like his 2 middle fingers.
Someone prominent. I started ovulating, and I'm a guy.
Ovulating.
Ovulating. What does ovulating mean?
Ovulating is like making a baby,
I
like
know.
getting your body ready to make a baby.
Why did I say that so wrong when I said I was smart earlier? Fuck's sake. I refuse to blink so that I don't miss anything. I made the right choice 3 years ago by installing TikTok. Chill, babe, I'm at work. Boyfriend, why are you listening to that song on repeat, me, huh?
Oh my God. So imagine him like popping a raspberry in your drink. Everybody
he
go
literally
and watch
just
him.
rubbed an orange like it was a bleep. Oh my God. Jack's mum watches this. Fuck.
She'll be watching something else in a minute.
And my mum watches this. Jesus. Yeah. Tracy, go check him out. His name's Cedric Lorenzo.
Why has everybody turned the podcast off at 4 minutes 18?
Brian.
Anyway, so picturing like. I also
I'm
found.
a bit flustered.
I know, I'm a bit hot. I found a catering company the other day as well that only employ models to serve the food.
No, see, no, right.
Logistically, I hate it.
No, so I don't know who I spoke. Maybe we had a conversation together, and there's a lot of singers are beautiful ladies.
Yes,
stunning, tight little dresses.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
saw another one on TikTok this morning actually, and she had a very low cut top, and I was like,
ain't no bride.
I was like,
that.
honey, if this is my wedding, you've got an amazing voice. Like, this sounds horrible.
No, I wouldn't book. This is horrible, but I would not book a woman
who's fitter than you.
No.
Oh, mate, you asked me to come to your wedding.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't book a woman because the person we're both thinking of is very boobs out, very glamorous, like very sexy.
Yeah.
And I just don't think it's appropriate for someone else to be sexy
on your wedding night.
at my wedding.
Yeah, guest, supplier,
Yeah.
anything.
Totally agree. Yeah. Oh, I better stop going to weddings then, because I am just sex on legs.
Don't worry, Georgie runs around with her bum back and bum back. I can't talk to her. I've had too
You're
much
right.
sugar.
My bum bag.
Bum bag
I
and,
am not
and
attractive.
mum midi skirts and trainers.
Oh.
I think you look cute though.
Thank
I
you.
rate your wedding day outfits.
I think I look like I'm working. That's the
yeah,
point.
but you also look cool.
Oh,
You're not too formal. You're just like.
You're so sweet. Thanks.
I remember seeing you once a woman. I was like, oh, she looks fit today.
Oh, thanks, mate. Not too fit though.
Not too fit, but fit. I was like,
Mm.
I think it was a summer one. You had like a little tight top on.
What?
Yeah, it was obviously fucking up to the neck.
Oh, right, okay.
Little skirt.
Little tight top on, boobs
Little
out,
bum bag,
little mini
cute little
skirt.
trainers. I was like, girl, she's rocking it today.
Yeah, this is the trainers is a big. Anyway, we've gone way off topic here.
Oh, I saw another wedding planner in heels on Instagram the other day, and I was like, you're a liar.
You're a little liar.
You're a fraud.
You're a liar.
Anyway, right,
Um,
guys, sorry, back to entertainment. If
So,
you're
no
still here
sexy-
after watching the sexy man, let us know how
Yeah,
you feel.
Thanks for coming back.
Maybe he'll duet us
He will not duet us
on TikTok.
He might. Okay. What I
Hi.
was trying to say
I'm single.
is that if
So's
you...
Georgie.
Let me take my ring off quick. What I'm trying to say
Sorry.
is if you walked in and you had I'm going to bouge it up for you, pimp your champagne. You don't even need to call it that. You can call it champagne and
whatever.
cocktails, and then you make a really nice little how-to menu of how to make these 6 different champagne cocktails.
No, I'm
so
bored.
you add... No, I'm selling it to you. Hold on. Brian, what's the cocktail that when you add Chambord to it? Kir Royale.
Fucking
What's
hell,
the
I
one
don't
where
even
you
know
had-
what Kir Royale
I
is,
couldn't
and you
think which one's which.
you made out you were good at
Which
drinks.
one's the Saint-Germain or Saint-Germain for Beth?
What's this? The illiterate child over here.
That's a what?
No, what's a San Germain?
It's the orange, isn't it?
That's
Orange
like San Pellegrino.
elderflower liqueur. But you're
Ooh,
picturing...
that sounds nice.
You're picturing like orange juice in a jug.
Raspberry, with like the pick and mix tongs.
Yeah, no, stop picturing that. Picture it done well.
I'm just gonna Google pimp my prosecco.
No, I don't want you to Google that because there will be the Wish versions that I'm not describing.
Pimp your prosecco.
Oh.
But no, I think a really good cocktail station is
Yeah.
great. There's some
Or a
venues
gin
that
and
are
tonic
killing
bar.
it at the moment with their
Yeah,
cocktail
yeah.
stations. I sent some the other
Yeah,
day,
you
didn't I?
did. I agree.
This is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like that anymore. That's literally from 2000.
So cocktail stations are great,
Yeah.
but are they entertainment?
100%. Anything that gets people talking.
Okay.
So it's the same for like magic. They're not entertaining the entire crowd. It's not like a kid's party where they all sit down like cross-legged on the carpet. It's more of you're stood in little groups and you're like, oh my God, there's a magician over there. Oh, what are they doing? Having a little, same as, oh, what cocktail? Oh, what did you put in your champagne?
Ooh, where did
Oh,
you get that
did
drink?
that?
That's a nice glass.
Yeah,
I want one of
yeah.
those glasses.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
It's all of that. You just need to set the tone. You need to give people something to talk about. Drinks is my favourite way of doing it, but then we've also touched on the food element.
Mm-hmm.
So you could do that like
Interactive
grazing
food.
station.
Love interactive food though as
Oh my
well.
God, street food
Street food
stuff.
stations. That's cool.
That's fun.
Okay, so we've got live music.
Live music is top tier,
Yep.
basically. Anything like live music is good because you don't have to stand and watch them. You can hear them. You can set the mood of the wedding. So if you're like, again, personality.
Yeah, this is what you've just said. You don't have to
What?
stand and watch them. I think if you've got live music, oh, I just hit my face on the mic. If you've got live music,
You say music weird.
no,
No, it's you. It's not EW.
if you've got live music,
No. Music. That's better. You keep saying music.
That's better.
better. Somebody asked us where our R's were, didn't they?
We're from Glasgow.
Right. What are you saying?
Live
music.
music. So I think if you've got live music, they need to be interactive. Otherwise, you can put
No.
something on in the background.
Disagree.
Disagree. And I would prefer a magician over
Live music.
I would prefer a magician over a static live music.
No, because think about it when you
I
wait. when you go to like a...
You don't own the podcast.
No, but I need to... You say something, then I say something, then you say something again, and then I say something.
That is not the roles.
If you want to do the unfiltered bride?
The unfiltered Beth.
Sorry, the unfiltered Beth.
I am not a bride. Stop rubbing it in.
No, I think sometimes it's... Because the drinks reception, the point is to be able to talk to people and mingle. You want a little bit of both.
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay. But if you can't afford both...
Background music is a non-negotiable.
And you can have a magician.
So yeah, my picturing the best wedding drinks receptions I've seen.
Let's go.
You got some music in the corner.
What type of music?
But this is where you go for your personality. This is where you stop booking weddings that you just see on Pinterest. If you're not an Ibiza sax person, please don't have a saxophone.
I would have old school R&B on the sax.
Yeah, cute. Yeah, I like that.
Like the way you work it, no diggity.
Yeah, I like that. We had
or deep
modern
house.
songs on piano and cello.
Yeah, that was cool.
And it was even cuter because the lady who did the cello was my old singing teacher.
Okay, so perfect. We haven't even got to bread and breakfast yet. Perfect drinks reception entertainment. Let's go.
Okay, this is like no budget, no like all bells and whistles. You've got a nice drink station that looks cool. It's got a bit of interactivity. It's got a really good staff member giving the chat. Mm-hmm. Like fully entertaining.
Can I just add to that?
No.
I know we want to move on, but I love it when venues have staff members that look like dress in not traditional uniform.
Yeah.
Like a little bit quirky, like jeans and a shirt and like fit the cocktail vibe.
Yes, agreed.
Thanks. Valid point.
Then you've got some live music playing. Nice like string quartet. Like again, match the vibe. There's no point having a string quartet if you're in a TP doing festival themed. It doesn't
having
really
glitter put on your face.
Yeah, like have that one. Like I think different things lend itself to different weddings.
Have what you like, essentially.
Have what you like.
Don't think you need something like.
Don't just do a string quartet because that's weddingy.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of magic. Somebody walking around doing something a little bit interactive. To me, that's all you should be having during the drinks reception.
So everyone knows I wasn't a massive fan of magic until your wedding, and then it changed the game for me.
Yes. It's not magic like it used to be. It's like, it's funny. It's supposed to bring people, like when I look back at some of the photos from our wedding, there's people stood around Rich, who was our magician, and I'm like, they don't even know each other.
It was a great, we were like, that's cool. Like, we spoke after as well, and then Isla just loved it as well.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's not for kids,
Beth,
but it's
has
good.
he done this one for you? And I was like, no, but it blew my mind, the one he did do for me, I'll tell you that.
I just think it's having something that people can chat about. You've got to think that the people that are talking in the drink reception probably haven't seen each other for a while. It's families that are like getting back in touch, and you need something to be like, oh my God, how are you? Like, have you seen the magician? Like, just a little bit of something to get the conversation started, basically.
Nice.
So that to me is like, and if you didn't have live music, background music, and if you didn't have a magician, just something, even like, I don't care what anybody says, I like lawn games. Lawn games are fun. I don't care what you say. Literally don't care what you say.
Oh, I fucking hate lawn games.
That's fine. So should I tell you what you should do? Not go and play on the lawn games. Okay? But the people that like lawn games, go and play on the lawn games. They're very inoffensive. They're there if you want them. The problem I have with lawn games...
No, I haven't finished.
Oh, go on.
I haven't even started.
Go on.
Lawn games.
Yeah.
So I like the concept of them. I do like that they're entertaining or whatnot. But I hate it when they're like half-assed done. Like sometimes you've got like a measly giant Jenga, which is not a giant Jenga. It's like a mid-sized Jenga. There's
like a chunky
shit
Jenga.
everywhere. They've got the bean bags fly in that game, and then it just makes it feel messy to me, and I'm like, it's not aesthetically pleasing to me. And maybe that's because I'm coming from a design point of view, and also I am not mad on bouncy castles. I'm like, you do you for your wedding. If you like all of this stuff, you do it. I'm not mad at like the little golf stuff, but again, it just doesn't fit my bougie wedding aesthetic.
This is a perfect example of why we do this podcast.
Yeah.
Because if you're listening to this and thinking, the lawn games
I really
go,
I feel offended.
the lawn games really go with our I
Vibe.
keep saying festival, but like I'll go with our barn rustic vibe, and my dad's making them, and blah blah blah. Then do it, 100% do it. It's just not.
Do
for
not
Beth.
throw. Oh, my dad's making them,
My
so
dad-
Beth's a bitch and not agreeing
on
them.
my dad's dying bed, he made me the giant medium Jenga.
Say,
No, but
I'll have the Jenga, right?
But to me, I didn't have any lawn games because it didn't fit what I was doing.
Mm.
You wouldn't have lawn games unless they're like acrylic, which is fine. But like, if it goes with it, then do it, or find ones that match what you're doing. So
Yeah.
I like lawn games because it gives people an activity to have. It's pretty inexpensive.
Do you know what I would have?
What?
Shuffle. You know where you went and played shuffle?
Oh my god, I love shuffle.
Yeah, we went and played shuffle and
Yeah.
like something like that I'd have.
Yeah.
But then again, it doesn't really if it was like black and it was cool and
Yeah. You
all of that
need
fun
you
stuff.
need some bougie lawn games, which is fine. You
Yeah.
can find those. But I'm a pro lawn gamer. But again, just if you're listening and thinking I hate them, fine. If you're
You
listening
love
and
them.
thinking love them, cool.
I don't mean to offend anyone. I'm a bit savage.
No,
in
but
my
that's the same.
opinion.
Do you remember all the drinks tokens things? I don't like them. I didn't have them. If other people like them,
Everybody
have
loved them.
They didn't actually. That's a lie.
Ooh.
That's a lie.
Okay,
but
fine.
opinions is great. Do your wedding. Don't worry about anybody else. So
Yeah.
Right. Wedding breakfast. Do you want any entertainment whilst you're eating or not?
Music. I love it when you have like music in between, but we're going to talk about that on another episode because I don't want to speak about the band that do that because I know we're going to do an episode on that.
Okay.
But mid music during wedding breakfast, I love, but from an operational point of view, Georgie's like, I need to get my mains and starters and desserts out. So who's our episode sponsor today then?
It is one of our favourites. It is Richard Parsons, the Gloucestershire magician.
Does anyone remember when I said I hated magic? And then I totally changed my mind after seeing Rich. It's not like the magic that you picture when people say there's a magician at a wedding. It's so much more.
I have worked loads of weddings with Rich and obviously had him at my own wedding, so I am slightly biased, but I just think it's so good. It suits all age groups, stops guests getting bored, breaks the ice, and just generally a great addition to a wedding.
You had it during the drinks reception and it worked really well. No offence. No one noticed you were gone.
Wow. It also works really nicely to fill that gap after the wedding breakfast.
The magic I've seen him do is cool. It's like close-up magic. Lots of card tricks, but he's also really funny and gets involved with the guests.
Richard Parsons has over 16 years of experience and literally thousands of weddings under his belt. He's also a member of the Magic Circle and despite the name, travels anywhere in the UK. And don't just take our word for it. With over 100 5-star Google reviews, I think he speaks for himself.
I would highly recommend checking out his Instagram at @glossmagician and definitely get in touch soon if you're looking to upgrade your wedding. It was one of the first weddings I ever did back at Northbrook Park, which I still go to now, actually. I've got Northbrook Park Rides and it's got a very special place in my heart because it's one of my first wedding venues. And there was a band there and we were in catering.
Yeah.
And I remember the chefs going mad, but I was just like, oh my God, they're so cool. Everyone was on the chairs, everyone was dancing, everyone was singing. And he was like, I just need to get my lamb out. And I was just like, but it's fun though, isn't it? And he was like, no. You can tell she's new here. And I was just like, oh, okay.
Beth got fired.
I actually stayed there for a little bit, but yeah.
I think, again, background music, even if you're playing it on speaker, is an essential part of
music.
You just have to keep it going. And I saw somebody once, that was one of the coolest things I've seen actually. She was a harpist, but she had one of those loop machines. So she would do some harp, loop it, and then she would like drum on it and loop it and then like just have loads of sounds going over it. That was really cool because it was like you can watch if you want to, but equally you can still eat food and talk over it if you want, like if that's the style.
What about stuff on the tables for entertainment? People put games and questions and stuff.
I like
table talkers.
Yeah, you can do them if you want to do them. You can ignore them if you want to ignore them. Speech games I always think are quite fun. Yeah, because it gives people something to again break the ice.
We were the only table playing at your wedding.
Then you won.
And then it was just half a table in the end because everyone was so engrossed in your speeches.
Sorry, my bad. But stuff like that, again, you just want people to sit down. If it's awkward, they can be like, oh, cool, let's read this. And if it's not awkward or they all know each other, they don't have to do any of it.
How do you feel about magic in the wedding breakfast? Because I've seen that before. They go around the tables.
Yeah.
I feel like you can't appreciate it enough. Like, I think it's such a skill. And
yeah, I think it would be better during like dessert where it's like less. When I'm eating my food, I just want to eat my food. Leave me alone. Nobody talk to me. Let me just eat my main course without any issues. Yeah, is my opinion. But the other one, you know what I'm going to ask you? Go on. I don't know. The one entertainment that is during the wedding breakfast. Yeah. How do we feel about stinging waiters?
My,
Do you want
my
me to
face
go
is like
first?
pushed into the microphone.
Just a yes or no?
No.
Okay. I have seen singing waiters. Oh, I've seen well, it's a
Yeah,
lie. I've seen
same.
several singing waiters. They're either a hit or a miss. And should I tell you why?
Go on.
The guests.
Go on.
Don't book singing waiters if your guests aren't get up, do a conga line, fun, sing along, wave their napkins kind of people, because it's not going to work.
My problem is like with singing waiters, there might be cooler ones now, but I feel like it's very like fucking Robbie Williams. I love you.
Yeah, but there's a reason they sing that song.
Oh god, that was horrendous. Oh, sorry, I just don't want a bit of Robbie Williams. I'd have a bit of Blue maybe. I was listening to Radio on
Yeah.
Extra in the car earlier, and it had like One Love.
Yeah,
for
see
the
that sort
mother's
of.
pride,
But I
one
guess you
love
pick the
for the
songs, don't
times
you?
cried. But I just hate the dramaticness around it. I'd rather just have a singer, if I'm being honest. I don't want the big fall. I don't want the big crash. I don't want all of the like cartoon like
Yeah.
slipping on a banana
The
slip.
problem is when Singing Waiters first came out, like what,
They were
10 years ago.
cool.
The first time I saw it, I was like, nah. I'm having those. That's the best thing I've ever seen at a wedding. But once you kind of know, but some people still don't. You forget that we work in the industry, so
Yeah.
we do see it a lot. Whereas I've seen weddings. I did one last year that was a perfect example of Singing Waiters. It was brilliant. Everybody loved it. They literally waving napkins like there was no tomorrow, and it was hilarious.
What was so brilliant about it?
the guests? You've got to have people that are involved.
Do you know what I do love? I'm really glossy then. I love when bride and groom enter. Like you are the entertainment into the wedding breakfast room. I love it when everyone's standing like ooh ooh with their napkins.
Yeah.
Like ooh ooh, like a cool song, like something that represents you guys. Like that's cool, and that sets the energy and the tone for the wedding breakfast.
I agree.
If
And then
you have
keep
a
music
good
playing.
entrance,
Yeah.
I'd be like louder the better.
Yeah, agreed. And so my only issue with singing waiters is typically they are after the main course.
Mm-hmm.
So my problem is that you hype everybody up so much.
Now sit down and eat your dessert.
That's literally it. And then it's like, right, okay, here's dessert. And then everyone's kind of like, like you were at the start of the episode, like high on life. And then it kind of has to stop. So I've recommended to people before doing dessert as like dessert canapes. So you get everyone dancing and then you lead them out, because actually you want people out of that room to turn it around. Lead people out, get everyone partying, then keep the music playing. They're having dessert canapes, they're mingling, you got drinks, and then back in for dancing.
I love dessert canapes idea. I love that.
Yeah, me too. I like,
Because dessert canapes, I always found that when doing weddings, dessert was always left. Half the room was up, half the room was sat down. And it's like some people are outside, like kids going to change, like all that fun stuff. Like dessert canapes is cool.
yeah, I like dessert canapes, and I like a dessert bar. Like, help yourself to it. Grab some cake if you want it.
I'd love a bit of
brownie.
Baileys. I'm a Baileys kind of
Are
girl.
you? I don't like Baileys. That brings me on to another entertainment though, like ice cream things.
Yeah.
Like they were, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and what did I had a coffee and donut van. Like that to me is entertainment. That is go in, have a little look around, pick a donut, have some coffee, like anything that
interactive.
anything interactive, anything for people to go and see is entertainment. So it's just nice that it feeds them as well. We also had a pool table in the evening.
I was going to say games rooms are cool.
Yeah, games rooms. Oh, beer pong.
Beer pong.
There's actually loads of entertainment that can be very cost effective.
Yeah.
Our beer pong probably cost us 20 quid, if that. It's only because I put stickers on it.
Yeah.
And then beers, which people can either buy their own. Like if you've got a venue that do a bar in the evening, people can get their own drinks and pour their drinks into the cups. Like you don't have to provide
True.
the entire thing, but you can still do beer pong.
Photo booth.
I love a photo booth. I love a 360 video booth. There's a reason that everybody has them. It's because they go down well and everybody loves it. So they're like yeses to me. But then this is a lot of stuff going on.
Fireworks. I'm a no on fireworks.
Oh, interesting. Why?
I like, don't get me wrong, if you've got the budget to do them, they're great. But I also find that they're an expensive cost.
Yeah.
You've got to drag everyone off the dance floor usually to go outside to do them.
Fair.
And everyone's like, oh, the bride and groom have got a surprise for you outside if you'd like to make your way. What is it? What is it?
Ladies and gentlemen, make your way outside. Bride and groom have got a surprise.
But sparklers are a much more cost-effective way to get those kind of photos and do the tunnel and like use the energy and the hype there. But yeah, I mean, fireworks and like, don't get me wrong, if I was bougie enough, I'd have fireworks.
Yeah,
but
true. I would have had fireworks. Obviously, we New Year's Eve, but
Yeah,
the problem is it would have worked, but I didn't want to literally blow up £1,000.
Mm-hmm.
That was I didn't have the budget for it.
It's like it's nice, but you also stood there like
The
like the entertainment factor to me isn't that entertaining.
Yeah. I agree.
I think it's a very traditional thing, like singing waiters, fire. Like when I was first in the industry, it was singing waiters, fireworks, photo, like the proper booth photo booth. Booth photo booth with shitty little props.
Talking of that, I need to tell you one. Did you just see it? I don't think you did. I did a wedding last year. No, the year before. Anyway, last year, where they had the and I'm going to call her out because it's really good. The rubbish portraits.
Yes, I always recommend that.
I love the
Andy
first time I saw
wedding.
it. The first time I ever saw it, I was like, I want this at more weddings. So basically, for people that haven't seen it, it's like a classic photo booth.
So you enter, you
sit down, and then there's this lady sat behind the
camera
wall, basically, and it says on there "no smiling," and she basically draws a shit picture of you.
It's like a caricature, but a shitter version.
But it's weird because they're really, you can tell it's you, but they're not a caricature. They're literally just like a good artist's shit drawing of you, and then there's like you come out and then there's a little hole and she like pushes it down like it's printed out. And I'm like, that's, if you're those type of people, it works so well. And and that's the thing, finding entertainment that means something.
If you're jokers, everyone knows you for cracking jokes and like everything needs
and
to be
that's what we were actually trying to do. So for Andy and Yaz's wedding, they wanted it was quite a formal day, but they're actually quite funny, and they were like, how can we do something that's not like, actually
they're just quite funny. Andy and Yaz, you're funny.
Hilarious.
All right.
But he actually said to me when we were doing a meeting, he was like, I want fireworks, and I was like, you're basic, you keep having fireworks. He had fireworks at the baby shower. Like I was like, stop doing fireworks, let's do something else. And he was like, if you can find something else with the same budget, do it. So I found the live artist to do their ceremony, and I found the rubbish portraits in the evening, and 50 times better. Guys, we've got a guest star. How do we feel about dogs at weddings?
Ooh, are they entertainment?
No.
So we're saving for another episode.
I also think cocktail hours are entertaining.
The dog has just got his back to the camera. He is bored of all of you.
Cooper, the camera's there. There you go, Cooper. Cocktail hour to me is fun. That's entertaining.
So after the wedding breakfast, you think?
So after wedding breakfast, there's the bit where the room has to be turned around. Everyone likes a bit of a mingle again. Do some cocktails. Pimp your Prosecco. Like that sort of like gin bar is where you do works quite nicely there. And again, that's another chance to have a bit of entertainment if you want it.
Yeah.
And then you come back into the evening and then bam.
Evening entertainment. That's a whole nother episode. Okay, so evening entertainment is a completely different ballgame. We'll do a full episode on that. So how much should you budget for entertainment, or like a percentage of your budget? Do you with your clients, do you do right, okay, so this is 30k is our budget, so we're at 100%. 10% of that budget needs to go to here, 20% needs to go here,
no,
30% needs to go here. No,
it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work like that anymore. Like
50% needs to go to etiquette events,
50% etiquette, and then 49% Georgie, and then you can buy a dress. No, it doesn't work like that anymore because people have different priorities. If somebody comes to me and says
non-negotiables are different,
the entertainment is the most important factor, we'll start there. We'll literally do that before. Like, we'll get a rough price for food and drink and essentials, but the entertainment is going to be the most important part of it. So let's start there. Yeah, budget. Unfortunately, people always ask me this, like, how much do I spend on this? It's there's not an answer anymore. It's what do you want?
So how much are magicians?
Ooh,
7? You don't know. You got it free.
I didn't get it free. I did not get it free. I got mates rates. How much are magicians? 500? Yeah, I'd say magicians are rough. I can give you rough prices of things.
Yeah, let's go rough prices. Live singer.
Oh, that is too hard. I know that is too hard because, again, man on his own with a guitar or 4-piece. I reckon you're anywhere between 400 to literally to 4,000. It could be anything. But you can also sometimes get the band to provide a daytime singing option, so that works.
Yes, I was about to say that, actually.
Yeah. No, you weren't. You were yawning.
No, I was saying, I had a conversation with one of my clients, and they were saying that the band, they charge extra to be here and
and that's cheaper sometimes than getting somebody else because you're not paying mileage and
delivery.
Blah, 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 blah.
Sometimes it's easier just to keep it as well.
I worked with a good band once actually that did so there must have been 6 of them, And they did like the piano in the church. They had the sax and the singer during the drinks reception. They then had keyboard in the wedding breakfast, and then the whole band come together in the evening. Like that's that cool. To me works out nicely.
I like that. It's like a little teaser throughout the day.
Everything.
Yeah. Any entertainment no-nos? Garden games.
I'm not a huge fan of bouncy castles personally either, but that's more like
I think if you've got loads of kids and stuff, it's easy.
Again, each to their own on different things.
I just don't know what it is. I just have this ick of seeing a bride in a dress on a bouncy castle.
They're good photos sometimes.
Probably because I'd get so out of breath on the bouncy castle.
That is true.
Highly embarrassing.
I'd try and bounce up and sit at the top of the sides. That's what I used to do.
I just think, how have you got time to go on a bouncy castle on the day?
Yeah, that's true. Shall I tell you some quick fire entertainment as well?
Yeah, go.
Fire pits, marshmallows, s'mores station.
Love s'mores.
Yeah. S'mores are like a given. Get a fire pit, get some marshmallows and sticks at the lowest
I feel like I'm being very dramatic with my
You can be dramatic. Today. What else is quick fire entertainment? I love games, like dot games around, like cards, because I like things like Ring of Fire and stuff like. Put me on a hen do, and I'll find a card game that's
you're
funny
really
for us to play.
good at games.
I do like a game.
What's the game we like? Double.
I
think it's a kids game, and we play it in the pubs.
Harry Potter Double. But I think like set up some cards again. You know your mates.
If you're like a board gamer,
yes,
have a board game section. Whatever you like to do as your hobby, make that entertainment.
Yeah, that's what I like. What do you do for entertainment?
We love games. We love we always play card games. Yeah. That is our thing. So I'd like to incorporate maybe something on the table that not Ring of Fire because you've got to have the whole table, but something along the lines of that.
Yeah.
Just drinks, like we like doing like drinking and stuff.
Yeah,
we like
drinking.
But yeah, massively games night are big in both our families.
Yeah. So like to me during that after wedding breakfast drink, like a cocktail hour or whatever you're going to call it, put them out.
I would have the game show host.
Oh,
that we saw at the NEC.
Good.
Like
that did look good.
Just because
a big game show.
I think if you just put games out, people won't really like. They'll be like,
some will, some won't.
I ain't gonna go play Monopoly.
Well, I feel like you need to pick the games wisely. Monopoly is like an all-night kind of thing. I tell you what else works for some. Again, some people are going to go ick. Other people are going to go love it. Is a quiz. I love a quiz.
Yeah,
friggin' love a quiz. Love it. During the speeches, like. But again, you've got to allow time for it. You can't just.
How do you feel about Mr. and Mrs. during the wedding breakfast?
As long as it's funny.
I think we love Mr. and Mrs. because we always win it.
I highly doubt that.
No, we always do.
You haven't played me and Brian.
No, but we're probably like you where we're clever. We're like, we may not agree with the answer, but we know what the other person's going to say, so we win.
I'd rather get it wrong and win. Yeah.
So I think we do that. I love that.
Yeah. What with the shoes?
The shoes, yeah. But you've got to have a big enough room for it. Like some venue, it works well when you've got dance floor in the middle of the tables. Mm-hmm. But like, for example, some venues, you're like, there's no room for that.
Again, this is the point of the podcast, to give you guys loads of ideas, and there'll be some stuff that you agree with, some stuff you disagree with, and that is literally the point. But you've got to think about you as a couple and think about what do we do that is like feels us and our guests will enjoy it. And you've got to also think about your guests to know whether it's going to go down well, because there's no point doing limbo in a room full of old people. Sauce.
Bitches from a bride.
It's time for Bitches from a Bride. So I'm going to have to kind of like skip over bits of this because I don't want them to
figure out something. Yeah. Okay.
So, hi guys, hope you're doing well. I'm going to have to moan to you as we're doing a wedding renewal. And feel free to talk about it on the podcast, but anonymously. So, no problem. And basically, somebody's been bugging them for the theme, colour, and then like bridal party, just getting a bit too involved. And then she brought up the fact that it's a Sunday and people will have to work the next day, and she shouldn't have booked a Sunday. So the bride has then said that they can stay as long as they like, they can leave earlier, it doesn't matter, they could book off the Monday. And then the person has come back to them and been like, what about people that are self-employed? They can't just take a day off. It doesn't work like that. The bride has then been like, and I have to say this without trying to out stuff, basically the date is a really important date to them. It's a date, because it's a renewal. It's an anniversary of the date they got married. It's an anniversary of the date they met. So like the date is super important. And she's basically put like, sorry, I can't go back in time and change the date that we married and we met. Do other brides get hassled because of the day of the week they picked from family members? It's really upset me. And she's pointed out that it's inconveniencing people.
Don't fucking come.
Yeah. I wholeheartedly agree.
Do not fucking come to my wedding. Send her this, ready? Don't fucking come to my wedding if you can't book the following day off. Oh, if you're self-employed, why don't you work the fucking Saturday then? Oh, I'm paying for you to come to my wedding. Do you want to pay for yourself? Fucking bit inconvenient. Don't come.
I'm
Stop
with
being
you.
a dick.
I hate people.
Why is your opinion important to me? It is not. I don't like you anymore. You're off the list.
How do you feel about weekday
Don't care.
weddings? Yeah.
If you're booking a year in advance, book
I know.
you'll book a day off to go on fucking holiday, won't you?
You're right.
True,
do you want to get
though.
married on a Sunday?
But do you know what I mean? You'll book a day off to go.
Yeah.
You'll book a day off to go watch the World Cup.
And
you'll book a day off to go do a
you've got
driving fucking
notice.
lesson.
Yeah,
It's
you've got time. You've got time. Book it off. And if you
Sorry.
can't, like I've been to weddings where it's on like a Wednesday, and then if people want to leave earlier,
Go.
that's fine. I don't mind.
You do you.
You do you, babes. Yeah, I would say, and I did say to her, just fucking ignore them. Ignore them and be like, sorry, this is the date. If you can't come, no problem. It is a family member that's been saying this though. How
Fuck
bad?
off.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't been swearing a lot recently on here, but fuck off.
And that's the end of that one. Your turn.
It's just bullshit. Like,
It's
why do
horrible.
people?
It's horrible.
It makes the whole experience so shitty,
Yeah.
and like it just really riles me.
Yeah, I'm
Do one.
sick of people's
People
opinions.
fucking left yours on New Year's Eve early.
We can't talk about that. Yeah, and but like whatever. Like that one's a little bit different because anyway.
No, but still, like,
yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Whatever.
It's New Year's Eve. You basically guaranteed everyone there till midnight.
Yeah, that was the
People
point
still
of the day.
It's just people are
Yeah, I just
smile and wave, smile and
away,
wave,
boys.
girls.
People's opinions can fuck off.
But
Basically,
the way the whole process is so stressful in itself, and now this poor bride and her partner will be going, did we pick the wrong day? Should we have
know.
not picked
Even
a
though it's
Sunday?
such a
Should we
nice
have not done it? It's
day.
just so annoying.
yeah, my rules are don't tell people stuff. Obviously, the date kind of needs done, but don't tell people stuff unless you want their opinion. And if they do give you your opinion, just go, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And then they can do I had an argument with someone the other week about a photo that may or may not have been taken at my wedding, and I was like, do you know what, have your own wedding and have your own photos.
What?
I can't tell you this on the podcast, but like, don't come at me about stuff. Have your own fucking wedding and take your own fucking photos.
Was it when your tits were out?
No, everybody loved those. Do you want a tip jar?
Tip jar. I
Do you want
haven't got my nails on, so
I
I
can do
can't
it. They're
make
not fake nails, but I can do my wedding ring. Sorry to rub it in. Oh, okay. You can answer this stylistically, and then I would like to give a tip after.
I don't think stylistically is a word.
Made it a word.
You
Oh, I
just
ripped
ripped
it.
it.
Card box. Do I need one?
Yes.
Oh, okay. End of episode.
You need one because whether you like it or not and you put it on your invites, please gift us some money towards the honeymoon. People will give you cards and they'll put money in it. People will still bring you gifts. Probably like
Agreed.
maybe like 10% of the people will bring you a gift
100%.
or a bottle or something like that. So you need it. What my tips would be, make it fit in the aesthetic. Don't have a wooden card box when you've got a monochrome wedding.
Fair.
Is what it is. And make sure someone is responsible for it and empties it or locks it in a bedroom, because people know
Why are you giving up my tips?
that people know that there might be cash in there, and
Yeah.
people may get sticky fingers. It might be someone at the venue. It might be like,
yeah.
it's very unlikely.
It's unlikely, but I have seen. I haven't been at a wedding, but I know of it happening.
Random cards go missing
Yeah.
and things like that. So just
And the thing is, the bride and groom never know. They just assume that person never got them a card.
For
So
sure.
it's very awkward. But my tip, well, first of all, as a coordinator, I put emptying the card box on my jobs. So as long as somebody trusts me to do it, I'll go and empty it into their bedroom.
can I add another tip?
No, because in case you say my tip.
My tip is make sure you got it at the
No,
start
no,
of the
you can't have that
ceremony,
one.
because
I'm having that
everyone
one.
is
No.
sat with
Beth-
a card awkwardly.
Beth, you just listen to my TikTok. And then you
no,
steal
I
it
haven't.
here.
I don't listen to your TikTok.
Yes, you do, you liar.
Remember, you've got to remember, I was a wedding coordinator for a long time. Sorry, any more tips, mate? You're meant to think of the tips that no normal person thinks of, and I'm a
Nobody.
normal
The
person.
only reason you've said all of those tips is because I've said these tips on my TikTok.
I actually don't.
You're lying.
Actually, I haven't listened to that one.
So I normally recommend to couples that the card box is immediately there for people to get rid of, unless you're at a church, because then, you could have it at the church, then we move it. And then we move it from there over to I tend to just move it a lot. I move it. It's the same for the guest book. If people aren't using it, I'll move it around so that people see it. But yeah, card boxes are easy. And then, empty them so people don't steal shit. That's the end of the episode.
End of the episode.
You've calmed down now. You were well hyper at the start of this.
I know.
Salt, sugar.
I'm zen. If you're watching on YouTube, my legs are crossed and I'm zen.
I'm very zenny. I am also now zen because I've been doing my 6 a.m. wake up.
Oh, grow up.
No, I just want to talk
By
about
the time
it.
this airs, you will not be able... Like, I've been getting up for 6 for God knows how long.
Yeah, but this is...
And you used to shout at me, like, don't text me
Just
at
'cause
that
you
time in the
text
morning.
me, you'd ask me like detailed questions at 6 a.m. I'm not even awake. I'm not
Because
even
I'm
ready.
having productive
We
mornings.
used to... So Isla starts school at 8:40.
What relevance does this
We
have?
would wake up at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, you're a joke.
Lazy. I know, I'm a night owl.
What time does Brian wake up?
Oh, it depends on what fad he's on that
Mm.
week. He'll either wake up at 6 a.m. and go to jiu-jitsu.
I do like the fact you called him Brian McFadden, and now I understand the meaning of it.
Ice baths, space, jiu-jitsu, whatever he wants to be into that week. But I feel much better. Do you know what I was thinking the other day though? This is where it leads on to this podcast.
Do you go to bed earlier?
A little bit because I'm more tired. But if people woke up at 6, so this is to the normal person. I am not someone that woke up at 6. So if you wake up at 6 already, great. Wake up an hour earlier and do some Wedmin. Because, oh my God, that peaceful hour at the start of the day, I get so much done. So much done.
Good tip.
I know, smashing life.
Good tips from the titty gal Georgie.
Georgie's got great tips.
Georgie's got great tits.
End of episode. Let's get everybody ready for next week. If you've got bitches from a bride, send them in. We're also begging for the reviews.
So if anybody saw Georgie's post on Instagram story, basically we have worked on a Facebook community for you all, so you can all bitch, moan, question, chat,
ask,
love, recommend all together. But I have said until we get 200 reviews on Apple Podcasts, we ain't doing it.
Wow.
We've got what, over 35,000 listeners?
Must be more than
Downloads?
No, nearly 40,000 downloads, and there's like 40 reviews. So guys,
come on.
It's not even helping me out. Help yourself out to get this Facebook group going. I just need a little cheeky review. All you got to do is go 5. Well, yeah, please just do it if it's 5 stars.
Yeah.
5 stars. Great tips, Georgie.
Anyway,
cool. See you next week.
Love you all. Bye.